Welcome to my shitty YouTube channel. I guess first of all, what's a shitty YouTube channel? YouTube is free, actually, to post on. Anybody can post on it, and it doesn't cost any money to just put something out there onto the internet. I think I've definitely lost touch with the freedom that this actually affords for free. When I watch YouTube, I see incredible creators put out these like really extravagant or like well thought out, well edited, well set up videos that are so attractive and like they get my attention and they look so good. They look so professional and like polished, right? And so even if I've got a really cool idea, even if I have something on my mind that like I want to share, even if I record something on my phone and I'm like, damn, this is a fucking banger, I should share this with someone. Even when I do that, I don't do it. I don't post it. I don't share it, because then I get into my head like, I gotta edit this shit. And, maybe I should have been wearing makeup. Maybe I should have like filmed this in my fucking office that's like beautifully decorated. Maybe I should have a better camera. Maybe I should have a microphone. Case in point, I'm filming this on a camera that I bought a couple days ago. Why? I don't know. Because I wanted to make sure that I was doing things good enough. My phone is more than good enough. And now that I have this camera, I'm like, well, I better fucking post to YouTube, because otherwise I just wasted money on something once again when I didn't need to. Shitty YouTube channel is where I can just make a video and then post it. And it doesn't matter if nobody watches it. It doesn't matter if it adds to my channel's growth. It doesn't matter if the algorithm picks it up. Just posting something to YouTube matters more than all the other bullshit. It's not bullshit. It's just like, is that really what I need to be worrying about at the moment? Do I really want to focus on growth for something that I haven't even planted, right? Like, make some shit first. And then if it sticks and if it's fun and if you want to add a little bit of extra zhuzh to the things you're doing, cool, awesome. Do that later down the line. But for now, just make something. And I guess the topic of today's shitty YouTube video is accepting my shortcomings so that I can put a bunch of internalized shame away in a little box somewhere, stop worrying about it so much, in order to like actually focus on my strengths, allocate the limited amount of energy that I have toward doing the things that I'm fucking awesome at, rather than trying to fix things that I kind of suck at. So I made a little list because I was watching a video just now by this chick talking about like turning ADHD into basically like a livable thing. And she was like, name 3 things that you're fucking incredible at, and then 3 things you suck at. The 3 things you're incredible at, the 3 things that like, these are your things you're really good at that you could do for hours. Like, you lose track of time, that you never get sick of, that you are thinking about all the time. Those are the things you're amazing at, probably. That's where your potential lies, and I hate the word potential as someone with ADHD that grew up hearing that way too often, and now tells myself that way too often. I have all this potential. Okay, well, those areas of interest are actually where my potential lies, and I'll tell you what they are in a little bit, but we're going to start with the tough luck stuff first. We're going to start with the things I suck at first, because I need to clear some space mentally and like on my schedule to be able to focus on the amazing shit, I suck at sticking to a schedule. I love making schedules. Oh, I love making schedules. If I could take the schedules that I spend time making and just give them to other people that can stick to schedules, I could create a whole cohort of very successful people. I love making schedules. I suck at sticking to them. And it's not that these schedules are overwhelming or that, they're not like stuff that I already want to do. It's just as soon as I put down a time to do something, I get weird about it. Especially something that I schedule a couple weeks in advance, right? Because if I wake up in the morning and I think, oh, I have the afternoon free, I'll hop on Twitch, I'll do a stream. Or like, you know what? I have my morning free, I'll create some content, I'm in the mood. Then I'm amazing at it. I can create incredible things and do incredible things so long as my mood and interest allows. But the minute that I schedule something a couple weeks in advance and I have enough time to put too much pressure and emphasis on this thing that I said I would do, then I don't want to do it. And it's not just that I don't want to do it, because I do want to do it. I do is the thing. I want to do it. But I get weird about it. it feels like pressure, and pressure crushes creativity for me. It's the lead up that, do I cancel? Do I not cancel? Do I do this? Do I not do this? How can I half-ass? It's that's taking up so much of my time and wasting my energy. And for what? I think the root of this is just that I think that being successful means having a predetermined schedule. You hear all the time, fuck your mood, like do things according to plan, not according to your mood. And I'm like, okay, that's what successful people do. They make a plan and they stick to it. But I'm a successful person and I make plans and then I don't stick to them. So something is not adding up here. I'm measuring my degree of success then not on everything that I have accomplished, but on the things that I can't seem to. That's a little bit warped. That doesn't feel good. That's not quite right, is it? And I keep wondering, how the fuck do people do that? How do they do this? How do people go to work at the same time 5 days a week? How do they keep consistent with this stuff? How do people sign up for a 6-week workout class and actually make it to all of the fucking sessions? I don't know how I'm going to be doing on any given day. So how am I supposed to account for that? How am I supposed to plan into the future to be successful if I can't seem to stick to those plans when the day comes around? Stop making the plans. Stop making the plans. Stop planning into the future too hard. That's okay. And I mean, does that come with limitations? Yeah, absolutely. Because a couple of the things that I'm amazing at would be great. They would probably be better if I was able to stick to a schedule. But is that something that is an area that I feel capable in? No. And it's something that I think I can let go. And this is ironic because I spent most of my morning coming up with the perfect March schedule. Okay, I wrote all the things that I want to do and I figured out the days that work for those things and the time that works for each of those individual tasks that I want to do or whatever. And I was like, okay, got it. I can accomplish all of these things by slotting them into these times. I know full well that I'm not going to do that. I know that I'm not going to do that. And I'm just going to beat myself up about it. I am fully aware that I just wasted my time with this. I just turned 35, okay? And if the things that I'm not good at were going to be fixed by trying again in this regard, right? They'd be fixed by now. I would be the most locked in, perfectly scheduled individual known to man. But I guess that ain't me. Womp womp. Move on. Especially if it's going to stop me from doing shit that I'm good at. The second thing that I suck at is feeding myself. More specifically, cooking meals for myself. It's not something that I have any interest in doing. I love kind of cooking for other people. I've enjoyed that in the past. I do love eating, but as far as spending time to cook myself a dinner with the groceries that I bought for myself, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And so what happens is, like clockwork, I will say, man, I really haven't cooked myself any meals. I've just been eating all these little snack plates and I end up at the end of the day being like, oh my God, I should probably make something. And then I just don't feel like it. And then I eat another couple weird snacks because that's all I have. I spent all my money on fucking groceries and I don't want to order something. So then I don't eat properly and I wake up with less energy. I feel like shit. And then ultimately I'll end up ordering delivery, even though there's groceries that I spent money on in my fridge. And I'll be like, wow, you suck. What a waste of money. I'm throwing things into the fucking trash that I was supposed to make into meals, right? Okay. I don't cook. I don't cook meals. Does that feel immature? Yeah. Does that feel like I'm failing in some way? Yeah. Does that feel like I'm lazy? Like I, don't care about myself? Like I'm wasteful, like I'm wasting money, or like that I'm being not healthy enough. I mostly eat delivery. Okay, so if I'm meeting generally my nutritional goals for the day, if I'm eating enough, I'm eating a variety of vegetables and shit that makes me feel good throughout the day, and I'm satisfied, fuck it. It doesn't matter to me, because I haven't done this and I don't want to go back and do another experiment because I feel like actually wasting money or resources on this kind of a curiosity. But if I took the amount of money that I wasted on groceries And I just put those into ordering myself like, 2-for-1 fucking falafel bowl plates or whatever when they pop up on Uber Eats, I would probably save money by getting the foods that I actually eat. And so do it. If you suck at cooking for yourself, I suck at cooking for myself, I give up. I'm not going to cook for myself. I'm going to make sure that I have convenient options around that make me feel good to eat. I'm a pretty balanced, healthy person when it comes to the foods I like. Like I'm not much of a trash panda. I do fuck with fast food, but like I know it makes me feel like hot garbage. So I know how to like scope for options, with delivery or even with more instant foods that, for example, aren't just instant noodles. But like if it's instant noodles, it's fucking instant noodles, whatever. I'm gonna let go of the pressure of like cooking meals for myself and going grocery shopping for things because I know I'm not gonna eat them. I'm not going to do it. And that's okay. I have other strengths. I'm good at other things. So I'm gonna focus on doing those. I don't need to do everything decent. I don't need to be well-rounded. I'm not well-rounded, and we'll get into this. But the last thing that I suck at is replying to text messages or one-on-one conversations. I suck at this, which is massively ironic because the biggest portion of my income is on a platform where the output is twofold. It is content creation, right? I'm making photo sets, I'm making videos, and then it is messaging. One-on-one messaging in DMs. You know what happens here is that I will get onto the platform that I work on and I'll post the content that I made, that I enjoyed making, that I'm happy to release, right? I schedule up a message or two and then I look at my inbox and it'll say 38 unread messages. And I think to myself, oh, fuck, I don't have the energy for this right now. And I know that the last time I came on here, I was like, I'll reply to those messages when I get back. But then I didn't do it. And then I really don't want to do it now because I know it's been a while. And the first thing I say every single time is, hey, I'm so sorry this has taken me so long to get back to. I'm going to be more present. I'm going to be more present. I'm going to be back. I'm going to be back on my shit. I'm going to be replying with frequency. I'm going to no, I'm not. It's not to say that I don't enjoy interacting with people. I love interacting with people. And one of my strengths is interacting with people. We'll get into the strengths in a second here. But I fucking hate the one-on-one. I hate it. The people are great, but the format is just it's not right for me. And it's the same with texting my friends back or keeping active in my text messages or fucking replying to my grandma's Facebook messages. I love all these people, but I'm not a consistent reply type of individual. I'll see something and I'll think, okay, I'm going to get back to that later. I'm focusing on something else at the moment. I can't jump from thing to thing. I mean, I can, but I suck at it. You think oh, ADHD, you get so distracted, you must be so good at multitasking. No, I'm especially bad at task switching because guaranteed when I go from this thing to getting distracted to replying to some messages, I have no idea what I was just doing. And so no, I'm not going to be on my phone. And no, I'm not going to be able to set a time, once a day, every day, I'm going to go through my messages at this time. I won't. I will be there for people when they need me. I'm amazing in crisis and I'll do my best, right? I'll reply when I have a little bit of extra time or when I feel like replying, but I'm not a one word oh, haha, I'm not like that. I'm not that casual. I'm pretty intense. So if you catch me at the right time, I'll reply. Awesome. And if you need me and you make that obvious, right? Obviously, you know I'm there. I'm like that. And everybody that loves me knows they can depend on me in that capacity for certain. But on the day-to-day, it's not a strength of mine, and I don't have to be strong at everything. Did you see the reel I sent you? No, I didn't. I saw a link pop up, and I was like, I can't open that right now, or I'm going to be completely off kilter for the rest of my afternoon. And then I forgot about it. It sucks because there's pressure when it comes to the awareness of these bids for connection. Right? I understand that a lot of times, even something as kind of benign as sending a reel or sending a TikTok, it is that hey, I thought of you and I want you to see this. That's a bid for connection. And that is very precious. And the last thing I want to do is make people feel as though I am ignoring them or neglecting them. It's on me to figure out other ways to show people that I care, other ways to communicate, I'm also thinking of you without making them feel ignored. And that's something that I can work on. But I'd rather spend time figuring out what my strengths are here, how to make people feel cherished, how to make people feel thought of, how to make people feel cared about, which are all things I'm really good at. What the fuck? You just fall off the couch. Really good at. Man, I just fell off the couch. I wonder if I can see that in the playback. Without, like, I guess just whipping myself over, like, I haven't replied. Okay, take the pressure off. I'm allowed to be bad at this. That's okay. I'm not mad at myself. I'm allowed to suck at things. And replying to people on my phone is something that I kind of suck at. I'm okay with that. I'm good at other stuff. And speaking about good at other stuff, now we're going to talk about the 3 things that I am really fucking good at. Number 1, writing. I'm a phenomenal writer. I write very well and I love writing. And when I get an idea in my mind, I could write for hours. I could write for days, months, years. I have done that. I recently put together like an 18,000 word Legend of Zelda lore deep dive that I spent like basically the better part of a year doing research for and writing and rewriting and perfecting and, you know, fiddling with sentence structure and making it just absolutely perfect. And I felt like it was a waste of my time. Even though I had such a good time with it, I was like, I have other shit that I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm failing at doing those things because I'm wasting my time with this stupid fucking research project. What are the things that I tell myself, oh, I should be doing this instead? I don't know, sticking to the schedule that I made 3 weeks ago that makes me feel bad. Or cooking the groceries that I bought in my fucking fridge that are going bad, that I'm not going to do anyway, that are making me feel bad. Or replying to one-on-one messages that I have neglected for weeks on end and are making me feel bad. Are those the things that are taking away from my enjoyment of doing something that I absolutely love? Funny how that works. I love writing, and yet I don't share the stuff that I work on. Probably because I'm spending a whole bunch of time fucking trying to do shit that I'm just not built for. Because I have all this writing, and I would love to share it with somebody. I love sharing my writing a lot, but I just haven't gotten around to making a space for it on the internet. I know Substack exists. Have I posted anything there? No. Why? I don't know. Maybe because I scheduled some time aside where I was supposed to go through my fucking messages and reply to people one-on-one, and then I didn't do it. Focusing on my strengths instead of wasting my energy on shit that I know in my soul simply isn't going to happen regardless of how much I want it to. Next is helping people. I am incredible at helping people. I give wonderful advice. I'm very emotionally empathetic. I really, really love figuring people out. I love making people feel heard. I love sharing my own experiences, and I love listening to people tell me their experiences. Okay, I'm really fucking good at helping people, from everything to, you know, minor little self-help or life advice tips, you know, sharing why my morning routine works so well for me, or little tiny things that I do that have improved my life greatly. And, you know, for anybody that wants to hear it, I love sharing that kind of stuff, to massive things. Helping people navigate grief based off my own experiences. You know, sharing information about massive, heavy, you know, life-altering events, because I don't want anybody to feel alone in the things that they shouldn't feel alone while going through. I went to school for psychology. I wanted to be a therapist, and I know that I could be really, really good at that, theoretically, because I am really good at helping people. But all of the other things that I suck at really conflict with being a traditional therapist. So how do I apply this gift I have, this skill, this ability that I have in unconventional ways? Instead of wasting time trying to fit myself into a space that doesn't fit me, I should be creating spaces that I make tailor-made to myself. How? Through writing, through YouTube, through live streaming, through sharing, through short form content, through any means possible, as long as they don't include a heavy schedule and a lot of one-on-one. No, I'm good. I'm fucking golden. Okay, now we're talking. This is focusing on the areas in which I can grow and be proud of, rather than the areas in which I could grow into mediocrity. I'll expand on that in a minute. But the last thing that I'm really good at live streaming. I'm so funny. I'm really funny. And I have live streaming not only that it's kind of a talent of mine, I'm a bit of a performer. The first time I, hit live, the first time I did a live stream back in 2013, I had a knack for it. I liked it, and I was pretty good at it right off the get-go. I had no issues talking to the camera. I'm really good at the chat with my vocal response. It just ticks all the boxes for me. It's just something that I'm kind of a natural at to begin with. And then now with 13 years of lived experience, it's something that I am exceptional at. I can turn on a camera and just go for it. That means that the amount of effort that goes into doing that is basically nothing. And I excel even when I have very little effort applied. Because if the measure of success, let's say that it is here for everybody all across the board, this is just a general level of success, right? I end up doing basically no effort, and my success is higher than most people's would be, even with the effort applied. Am I the best live streamer out there? Obviously not, right? But I have that. I've got that in my back pocket. When it comes to cooking for myself, the level of effort is above average. It takes me more effort to think about what I need to buy the things I need to buy, to figure out when I'm going to cook them, how I'm going to cook them, if I even want them anymore, now that I have the things and all of that. The effort is through the roof. It causes me so much stress. It causes me so much shame. It costs me money because I'm going to throw shit away. The effort is here. And even if I do my absolute best, the success is below average. I am below average at something that the general population is baseline pretty decent at, for way more fucking effort than it costs most people to do that thing. If I'm going to exert myself as hard as I do to hopefully hit below average, I'm going in the wrong direction. Maximize the time and the energy I have to apply myself to the things that I'm really fucking good at, and minimize the amount of effort and agonizing and time that I spend on things that I just kind of suck at. Not only will I probably increase my overall success, right? What does that even mean? Probably income. We do be living in a meritocracy, okay? You kind of, in order to walk away from maximizing your potential and having that be seen as, impressive or successful rather than self-indulgent or lazy or immature, unfortunately you do have to actually earn yourself some success for it. That sucks. It's not me being judgmental. A degree of success, unfortunately, is required, not just for this to come across as socially acceptable, right? To be perceived as a person, but also you got to make an income. Because if you're spending all this time doing all the things that you love, and refusing to do the things that you suck at because you want to spend more time doing the things that you love, but you can't pay the bills, it's going to be really hard for you to continue to do the things that you really love. You have to figure out how to monetize it. Sucks to suck. And I tried the middle ground. When I was in my early 20s, I was like, okay, well, the things that I really like, I'm not going to make any money doing. I really like drawing and I really like, photography, but I can't pay bills and shit with those careers. Yeah, you can. Don't know why I shot myself in the foot before I even tried. But I was like, I'm not going to be able to, live a normal adult life like that. I should probably go find a 9-to-5. And then I can do the things I enjoy after the 9-to-5, right? Because that's what people do. Normal people have some hobbies and they have some pastimes. They have, social lives. They go on trips during their paid time off a couple times every year. And then they have the weekends. And this went horrifically for me. I called in sick all the time. My work performance was either fantastic or absolutely catastrophically through the toilet bad. I was inconsistent. I was unreliable. I let people in the office down all the time. I forgot shit, and I hated my existence while I was trying to do this thing so fucking much that I would wake up in the morning just agonizing about having to go to work. And I would spend the entire day at work thinking about leaving. And then by the time I got home, I was so exhausted from spending that whole day doing something that I knew I wasn't that great at, that I wasn't able to do the things that I enjoyed. And when the weekends rolled around, I had no energy to do the things that I enjoyed because I was just dreading going back to work on Monday. And I beat myself up the whole time because I'm like, girl, you work in an office. Come on, there are people out here doing real jobs that have real stressors, and you're like miserable because you have to go make some photocopies. Like, grow up, right? That's the type of shame that I put on myself. And like, valid, you know. I'm not saying that working an office job was like objectively terrible. I'm saying that it really didn't work for me. This really didn't mesh at all. It made my life a living hell. So I figured out something else to do. It's very tempting when you have ADHD or you fucking wired a bit different. It's very tempting to slide back into attempting to live a non-ADHD life. It's very tempting to just reset the bar of what it means to be successful outside of where your own terms are. I think it's because we live in a society. I live in a society. And anytime I catch myself maybe adjusting to my own degree of success, you know, or maybe feeling a little bit like internalized shamey to myself, you know, I kind of drift off into like, why don't I feel good? Oh, probably because I'm not adhering to all of these standards and norms that there's a very good reason that I gave up on in the first place, but maybe we should try that again. No, we shouldn't. Because my bills are paid. I have people in my life that love me. And I have some things that I am fucking incredible at. And if I'm taking away from my ability to continue to sustain myself as this chaotic, single track, really good at a few things, but pretty fucking terrible at like a lot of basic life things, if I'm taking myself away from my true self, then I'm never actually going to feel successful, regardless of how much money I make, how much free time I have, how many trips I go on, how many viral things that I put out there, how many viewers I have on a stream, you know, how much income I make per month on these sites. I'm never going to feel successful if I keep setting the bar somewhere not out of reach, but somewhere I don't even want to reach in the first place. That's my shitty YouTube channel for today. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna look at that fucking schedule that I made. Because, like, look at this. Look at all of this that I did. You know, this days I'm gonna do these things, and then this days from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. I'll do these things, and these days I'll do these things. And girl, bye. No, I won't. No, I won't. I need to take a minute to myself today, clearly, to look around me and appreciate all that I have succeeded at, and to look down the paths in the areas that I'm already doing well in to figure out how can I get even more into this? How can I do these things better? And what can I axe? What can I take away that's distracting me from doing these things? That's what I'm going to do today. Anyway, hope you have a good one. And if this resonated, then cool. You learned something new, I guess.